The streets are changing. And so is BMW. There's a new sound on the horizon, not the roar of combustion, but the smooth, confident hum of electricity. The 2026 BMW iX3, known internally as the NA5, is the car that marks BMW's true rebirth into the electric era. This isn't just another model refresh or a quiet nod to sustainability. This is the SUV that carries the weight of an entire legacy, redesigned for a future that refuses to wait. It's faster, smarter, cleaner, and it might just be the first electric SUV that finally feels like a BMW again. From the moment you see it, the iX3 feels different. The familiar proportions of BMW's X series are still there, but everything has been sharpened, refined, and stripped of unnecessary noise. The front fascia is bold, yet minimal. BMW didn't delete the iconic kidney grille, it reinvented it. Closed off for aerodynamics, rimmed in subtle lighting, it glows like a signature in the night. The body is smoother, the lines cleaner, and every panel seems to exist for a reason. The handles sit flush with the body, the edges flow seamlessly, and the aerodynamics are tuned not just for efficiency, but for presence. This isn't the car you see, it's the car you notice. And when you step inside, that transformation continues. The cabin of the new X3 doesn't look like an evolution, it feels like an entirely new philosophy. It's BMW's vision of what luxury means in the digital age. Clean, intuitive, and alive. A massive 17.9-inch touchscreen curves elegantly toward the driver, while a thin strip of glass stretches across the windshield. The new Panoramic iDrive display. It projects key information just below your line of sight, almost as if the car is whispering data to you instead of shouting it. The materials are sustainable, but not self-righteous. The seats are minimalist, yet soft, crafted with recycled fibers and high-end finishes that feel futuristic without losing warmth. Every light, every tone, every animation inside the iX3 seems to react to you. Step in, and the interior glows softly like it's welcoming you home. Start driving, and the lighting subtly pulses with your acceleration. It's the kind of attention to detail that turns technology into art. Unlike many EVs that feel like rolling computers, the iX3 feels human. It feels connected to emotion, to movement, to purpose. BMW calls its new electronic brain the heart of joy, and for once, that name feels earned. Underneath, the story gets even better. The iX3 rides on BMW's all-new Neue Klasse platform, the foundation for its next decade of electric vehicles. This isn't a modified gas car, it's a clean-sheet electric design, with every inch optimized for balance, efficiency, and performance. The top-tier version, the iX3 xDrive 50, runs a dual-motor setup producing around 463 horsepower and a massive 700 newton-meters of torque. That's enough to launch this mid-size SUV from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just under 5 seconds silently. But it's not just fast, it's beautifully tuned. BMW's engineers made sure the iX3 retains that rear-wheel feel, that sense of balance and control that's been missing from so many EVs. Driving it feels less like operating a machine and more like gliding with intent. The instant torque is there, but it's refined, not a punch, but a surge. The suspension adapts seamlessly, soaking up imperfections while keeping the car planted. The low center of gravity from the battery gives it poise through corners, and the steering remains precise and communicative. Reviewers who've driven early prototypes keep repeating the same phrase: "It still feels like a BMW." And that's exactly what Munich wanted to prove, that electrification doesn't have to mean sterilization. The battery itself is a masterpiece of next-gen engineering. It's a 108 kWh pack, lighter and more energy-dense than before, capable of delivering up to 500 miles on the WLTP cycle, or roughly 400 miles under EPA standards. That's Tesla Model Y territory, but with BMW's refinement and comfort. Charging. The iX3 can gulp down energy faster than most competitors thanks to 400 kW DC fast charging support. Plug into a compatible charger, and you can go from 10% to 80% in just 21 minutes. That's barely enough time for a coffee stop. And BMW didn't stop at charging Yeet, went one step further. The iX3 comes ready for bidirectional charging, meaning it can power your home, feed energy back into the grid, or even charge another electric vehicle. Imagine taking your iX3 camping and powering your entire site from its battery. It's practical tech with futuristic potential, and it's the kind of forward thinking that defines this car. Now, let's talk about the software experience, because it's quietly one of the biggest revolutions here. The iX3's onboard systems aren't just a collection of sensors, they're an ecosystem. A central computing core processes everything: navigation, traction, battery management, and adaptive dynamics. It's always learning, predicting, optimizing. Routes are energy aware, adjusting in real time based on weather, terrain, and even how you drive. The voice assistant feels natural, conversational. Gesture control, which once felt like a gimmick, now works fluidly. It's like BMW finally got the balance between analog soul and digital mind just right. And here's where it gets clever. The X3 ISNT, designed to just help you drive. It's designed to understand you. It learns your habits, your routes, even your comfort preferences. It can automatically adjust climate, seat position, and drive mode depending on who's behind the wheel. It's subtle personalization that makes every trip feel familiar. The iX3 doesn't just transport you, it anticipates you. For all its tech, though, this SUV never forgets that it's supposed to move you emotionally. There's something deeply satisfying about how it glides through city streets, silent but assertive. There's no exhaust note, but BMW gives you an audio signature, an electric hum designed in collaboration with composer Hans Zimmer. It rises and falls with your driving, giving the experience a cinematic texture. At this point, the X3 feels like a culmination of BMW's struggle with electrification. The first X3 was good, but it felt cautious a test run. The new one, it's bold, it's confident, and it wears its identity proudly. BMW isn't trying to chase Tesla anymore. It's reclaiming its own lane. The Neue Klasse platform gives it a foundation to evolve rapidly, and the iX3 is proof of what happens when a brand stops playing catch-up and starts leading again. But every story needs balance, and this car isn't perfect. The price will stingerly estimates suggest it will land around $70,000 for the xDrive 50. For that, you're deep into premium territory, rubbing shoulders with the Model Y performance, Audi Q6 e-tron, and Mercedes EQC. The weight is also considerable. Even with lighter batteries, and real-world efficiency will depend heavily on climate and driving style. Still, when you consider the blend of performance, craftsmanship, and innovation, the X3 holds its ground firmly as one of the most complete EVs in its class. BMW has also gone all-in on sustainability. The iX3 is built at a factory in Hungary that runs entirely on renewable energy. The materials used throughout the car include recycled metals, plastics, and fabrics. Even the sourcing of raw materials like cobalt and lithium is traceable, part of BMW's push for ethical production. They not just building a car, they rebuilding a statement about what responsibility in the modern age looks like. And maybe that's the real power of the iX3. It's not the 463 horsepower, or the 500-mile range, or the 21-minute charging time. It's the balance, the feeling that everything in this car exists in harmony. The performance doesn't come at the cost of comfort. The technology doesn't come at the cost of simplicity. The sustainability doesn't come at the cost of desire. It's a reminder that the future of mobility doesn't have to be cold or detached. It can be exciting, emotional, and beautifully engineered. Picture it. The night city lights reflect off its sculpted flanks as it glides past silently. Inside, the driver's world glows in calm blue light, a symphony of precision and power humming beneath. This is the iX3's world-a-world, where electric doesn't mean compromise, but progress. And as the city blurs into the distance, you realize something simple but profound. BMW didn't just build another EV, it built a vision. The 2026 BMW iX3 NA5 ISNT, trying to outdo the competition, it's trying to outdo history. It's the car that bridges past and future, emotion and innovation, machine and mind. It's what happens when a century-old automaker remembers why it started building cars in the first place, to make you feel something when you drive. The hum of progress has never sounded this good.